All right. Oh, hey, live from where are we? Oh, we're from the flooded basement NPR studios today. It's a slap happy edition of
Yeah.
joined as always by Jada lurking and Fresh Prince Mascardi. I'm the unfunny Chris
on.
Rock jokes.
Why
I'm
do
the
I
all the
have to be
ones-
the aggressor?
All the ones. Well, no, it was Will Smith who's aggressor. Fresh Prince was just a stupid character. In today's retro camouflage bag, but not the Russian camo, because that would be gauche, right? We have to make sure we like certain militaries, but not other militaries.
I'm all
right?
Ukrainian
We
camo
do?
now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
the
Ahmed.
ESG.
Yeah. This is what you have to understand. Sometimes it's cool to worship like camouflage and war and soldiers. Sometimes it's not.
Okay.
Now it's
Good to
I don't
know.
know. I'm off on a lot of tangents today. Today, March 28th, 2022. Damien does March Sadness.
Yeah, March Sadness.
Matt.
Ooh, we got a buzzer for that.
Sorry, guys. That was
Matt-
actually a
That was
full-on accident.
No, it's a beautiful accident. Matt
was
does
wonderful.
Oscar Slapness. And Emma does, I don't even really know what Emma's doing today. If anything, are you lurking? Are you doing?
No, I'm doing it.
Doing.
At the end.
slappy quiz.
Tiny bit of delay. Good. Actually, it doesn't seem as offensive today, the delay.
Let's do some NCAA. No, that's copyright infringement. It's
Oh.
the FFMAA March
Waiting.
Sadness.
I'm waiting.
Here it is.
Ah. Should have sipped a hot beverage. Delicious. Before I
I
get
haven't
going,
checked.
yeah, does anyone know what happened? Did you either of you check the scores?
No, you're
The games?
No.
You're the scorekeeper. I was checking
No,
the
you don't
scores
even
the
know.
other day.
Okay,
This
you
is
don't
all
even know.
news to me.
Okay. Well, I should tell you to open up your brackets because there's a lot that happened. The Sweet
Wow.
16 is over. And let me just tell you this: all the number one seeds are gone. Bye bye.
Wow.
All of them. All of them.
I cannot believe Roblox, the Roblox game. Can we get
All right, let's get into it.
I mean, we just need to start right there.
Yeah. So Roblox, thanks to a massive share price drop, Roblox takes down Meta.
Meta Zuckerface book.
Yeah, they also
Insta.
had there was a very quiet week with greenwashing for both companies, but Roblox pulled it out 3-2 there, and then they just destroyed with a big share price drop.
Whoa.
Yeah, Netflix dominates Disney, shut them out 3-0. They dominated the greenwashing 12-0. Disney was
How?
absolutely quiet on the greenwashing front this week. Yeah, I know. I think they just maybe they were. I don't know. Maybe they just like couldn't get their act together. Didn't know what to do. They just kind of shut up for the week.
Tell me that my bracket is
Zoom-
over right now.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get to that. Yeah, your bracket is done. In fact, only one
Everybody's
person.
is.
Only one person in this company has a pulse left, and that person is
So-
a guy who's smiling right now.
Ugh.
Oops, I just smiled, but it's not me. Zoom takes down Spotify at the buzzer. It was a very good game. There was a final greenwash right at the very end that helped them take that category 8-7. Right at the last second, Zoom put out this greenwash: 12 ways you can make the most of your meetings. And that was enough. That was enough.
That just eked them
That
over
bullshit
the
article they
edge.
put out was just enough to get them over the top. And Tesla doomed itself by having its share price surge. Had a great week at the stock market, and it fell to GM. So all four of your number ones are out. That means that Matt Mascardi is the only one out of the four of us that is still alive, really. Because we all
sort of though, not really.
no, you're okay. You picked. We all picked Disney. Damien, Emma, and myself. We're destroyed. We have nobody left in the final four. Matt has 3 teams left in the final four, so good for Matt. Ari only has 1, and that's Roblox. And I'll say a special shout out to one of our players, someone named O'Shea, has the entire final four alive.
Wow.
Yeah, the only person I could find playing our bracket that has everyone. Oh, someone named O'Shea. It sounds made up to me, but that's their name.
How?
Yeah, moving on, and feel free to open the games if you have any questions about the games. But I'm gonna move on here with let's talk about some of the highlights from the games. Let's talk about the greenwashing. The best battle by far was Zoom against Spotify. Zoom taking that one 8-7. I'll highlight some of the great stories they did. Of course, we're still doing a lot of greenwashing to do with women. Zoom had one called Meet the Women Helping Secure the Zoom Platform. And Spotify had one called Meredith Humphrey and her team's Spotify Hack Week Project imagined a green tour planner for artists. I don't know what the hell that is. That's like a double.
They dropped the
Imagines?
green in there.
Green and her team. The biggest blowout, Netflix destroys Disney 12-0. Featuring, here's one of Netflix's great greenwashes. Shonda Rhimes shares how Bridgerton Season 2 promotes representation on and off screen. So that's a good one there.
I knew that was coming because my wife was
Yeah.
watching until 1 a.m.
Really?
watching Bridgerton Season 2. So I knew that one.
I
I
see
had
your
that
wife
one in the
doing that.
bag.
Okay.
No, that's why it's totally
Yeah.
insane. I don't know what.
Well,
she was
that
doing.
greenwash worked on her. Then
It worked.
she
It
likes the fact they're
worked.
promoting representation. I didn't even know that's a Shonda Rhimes thing.
Yeah.
Greenwash.
She's just executive producer. She's the EP on that. That's all.
5 teams had 0 greenwashes. Microsoft, Walmart, Tesla, Google, Disney.
I mean, the
By
real
far the
shock
most-
is Disney there, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think that well, first of all, we know that Bob Chapek is not as slick as Bob Iger. Second of all, maybe they're stunned. I don't know. Maybe they just know better because they know that everyone's going to laugh at everything now. Or
I mean, the
don't
problem
know.
is they discussed the listening tour in like a media way,
Yeah.
but the greenwash rules are you actually have to like press release it on your own news
Yeah.
like channel, right? So
Mhm.
their problem is actually there's a gap between what Chapek just like sits in a room with an idiot who's asking him questions about like, do you hate gays? And he's like, no, we listen to gays now.
Well,
and that
yeah,
doesn't
you listen
translate
gays.
to
I like that.
it doesn't
Yeah.
translate to press releases.
Yeah. Think about that though. Think about that. That's basically what they're saying. Like we're listening to gay people now. I think
Yeah,
about that. That's
We
sick.
didn't listen
Yeah.
to them before. We do now.
There's another thing going on here that maybe we can track next time there's a pretty good sized scandal. Is that maybe companies kind of quiet down right after a scandal hits because you'll see in Twitter, in the business news media, that people will jump on everything the company does. They'll make fun of everything. They make fun of the listening tour. They'll make fun of whatever. So maybe they intentionally quiet down the greenwashing for that reason.
Excellent.
I will
point.
say this. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's an excellent point. I'm agreeing with you.
I
I'm
will
just
say
down.
this, that unfortunately we lost Activision Blizzard this week. They fell to Amazon. Amazon actually beat Activision 7-4 in the greenwashing, but I have an award for the most prolific greenwashing this week. Activision is really giving it its go. I'm going to read you their 4 greenwashes because they're clearly going for something here. This is Activision Blizzard, of course, home of Bobby Kotick and a whole slew of horrible harassment. Here are their greenwashes. Introducing Level Up U to create opportunities for underrepresented communities in gaming and tech.
Yeah.
International Women's Month at Activision Blizzard.
Nice.
Meet the team bringing Call of Duty Vanguard's diverse roster to life. And meet our 2022 Women in Game Scholarship recipients. So they're really trying to promote something they are not over and over again. That's all in
Well,
one
I
week.
think-
All in 1 week.
Do you think it's like a weird form of corporate grooming? Like I know it's like it feels really uncomfortable to me to have like a corporation who just spent years
Yeah.
with Cosby Suites harassing women, like
Yeah.
systematically harassing women,
Yes.
then hand them some awards and
Right.
talk about International Women's Month.
Give scholarships. Yeah.
I mean, like, it feels now we're into creepy. Like, you have to actually give it some time. Like they didn't do the
Excuse
listening
me.
tour, which we'll get into the template for how to
Yeah.
how to be an asshole, like in a second. But
And I remind people that's 1 week. They crammed 4 in, so they're really on a roll here. And I'm wondering if this is Microsoft kind of forcing them to do this, but I have no idea. Next, the most old school greenwashy. What was from Apple? Apple had this greenwash story. This is quite a mouthful. This one. Apple's $4.7 billion in green bonds supports innovative green technology. The company plans to use the world's first commercial purity low carbon aluminum from Elysis in the iPhone SE. That's like old
That's a
school
lot there.
greenwashing.
That
That's a
is
masterpiece,
just-
right? Because it all seems amazing, but what the hell are they even talking about?
The key is to use as many words as that no one will understand, so
Yeah.
that we think you're doing something
Well,
amazing.
They got green in there twice and low carbon all in the same thought, so that's pretty cool. Hats off to Apple on that one. And then the best was Amazon. First, Amazon had this classic fusion greenwash, which is these women are helping Amazon become a more sustainable business.
Ooh,
I like that one. It's
I like
fusion,
I like
fusion
like when you-
greenwash.
Yeah.
And then the clear winner from all the games this week in the greenwash category was this one from Amazon. Here's the report they put out. I was so grateful to have Alexa within earshot.
No.
And the story is about a woman who collapsed and used Alexa to call the emergency room.
life-saving Alexa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Literally, this company will save your life. Like, this is how much you need our products. That's a greenwash masterpiece. Yeah.
This is when you want us listening all the time.
Yeah. So that's the greenwash category. Moving on to sucks. The sucks category. No surprises here. Facebook far and away sucks the most. And that's not even including searches for Meta, Instagram, and WhatsApp. When you add all those together, they out-suck everyone by at least three times.
I mean, yeah.
and then the normal suckers at top, Amazon, Google, but also Netflix. Are you surprised by Netflix sucking that much?
Well, Ari pointed out on Friday's show that password sharing program they've set up where they're going to start charging people, and of course they choose like Peru and Chile. I mean, that's where you're going to beta test this, but they're going to start charging for that, and I think you probably get an influx of suck from that.
Yeah, Peru and Chile is almost like the mice of the world, right? It's like we test on mice first. Yeah.
Oh
The
my
only
God.
companies that didn't suck at all, according to Google users, were Berkshire Hathaway. These are old.
Those are
forget
old.
that.
They're
Those are
already
old.
out.
Best suck battle: Nike versus Walmart. 32-27. Nike taking that one, and the biggest suck blowout: Amazon destroyed Activision, 55-0
That one's
I
hard
think-
for me to swallow. I don't know. What's
Yeah,
going on with
I think all it is that Activision Blizzard, unfortunately, is just not on people's radar. Like, this is the one, and I'll take the loss on this one. This is a failure, maybe of Business Pants. Like, we're not spreading their horror enough, I guess.
Well, my guess is too that if you did so it was Activision was playing Disney first of all, so Disney
Activision
is
playing Amazon.
sorry Amazon. Disney or Amazon is always gonna get a lot of suck, but if you search for like Activision games, maybe you get more. Like Warcraft sucks.
Yeah,
or-
you're probably right.
I mean,
yeah.
maybe you get some more, but that was a tough hill to climb.
Tough
I'm a
hill to
little
climb.
disappointed in them, honestly.
It is. It's disappointing. These are tough games. I mean, these are all worthy teams here. So
Everyone's there to win.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, the stock price. It's a third category. 10 up, 6 down this week. The biggest risers were Tesla, 10% rise. Apple, 6% rise. Apple was actually able to overcome its stock rise because Microsoft just doesn't seem to suck anymore. I mean, that's the reality. Matt and I are older. We can attest to the fact that when we were, around 2000, right? Everyone hated Microsoft.
They
with a
were the
passion.
worst.
So they've somehow come out of that,
But-
kind of figured out a non-suck path. Yeah.
But what about now? Doesn't Activision technically count as Microsoft?
Almost. Well, it's not.
it's a
It hasn't
good
gone.
question.
Hasn't
Not-
gone through yet. they're still their own entity.
But that's
Okay.
a good point.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
maybe in people's minds, they're going to start conflating them soon.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Microsoft has figured out that they've just kind of like broken through their past somehow. I don't know. They've it's the Satya Nadella effect. I don't know what it is, but they just don't seem to suck anymore. And also, they refuse to play the greenwash game. They just don't greenwash. Like I've dug in to the records. They don't fool around. They're not a-holes. They just don't play that game. So, and look, I know this is not how.
Mandela effect is almost gone though, because he's been done problematic stuff too, because he won't pay his workers. Apparently, Mandela effect might be wearing off of Google.
Oh, I don't remember that story. Who is he not paying?
They quietly do that stuff.
his employees.
Okay.
Sundar Pichai did the same.
Not paying his
Sundar did the same
employees.
thing, and like it's just quiet. It's just quiet. It's just the
Well,
way
I
they do
will
it.
say something that's interesting, and I know it has no, it doesn't overlap, but a lot of the ESG ratings providers, like the MSCI, Sustainalytics, they all love Microsoft, and they probably don't cover the Google trend search about sucking,
Yeah,
and
I
they probably
think
don't
that's-
cover. They probably don't as meticulously comb through their press releases like we do to point out the greenwashing. But yet, again, Microsoft doing well in these categories. So maybe, I'm just saying, maybe we're geniuses. Maybe. I don't
Wow,
know.
it was an upset-laden weekend. That's all that
Yeah.
that I'm
Yes, it
taking
was.
away here.
Yeah, that's about it for the Sweet 16. So we have more games this week. I think we're gonna update the scores for the Elite Eight on Wednesday, the Final Four Friday, and then we'll have a championship on Monday. So just like the actual tournament, things are heating up, and we'll get to it all. And yeah,
I'm
we'll
still
crown
alive,
a winner.
baby.
Yeah,
You're all gonna be pissed when I win this thing.
maybe a little bit more
Drive
music.
Emma nuts.
Maybe a little bit more music.
Yeah,
to get
think
us
he's
outta
just-
here.
He's begging for that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up by next Monday. I think they're playing the championship, same as the actual, at least the men's tournament. And we're gonna announce a winner, and we're gonna send some sweatpants out, or what are we doing? What's the
To
winner
me.
get again?
The winner gets
Could be
a
Matt.
swag.
Could be
We
Matt.
will customize some swag for you and put it on our Etsy store, but you'll get some free
Yeah.
swag.
I'm hoping.
And
I
I'm
think it's
probably
gotta
gonna
be.
send it to myself.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's gotta be O'Shea, right? O'Shea's got 4 in the final
Right?
four.
Final four, but watch, O'Shea's out this coming week. It's
Okay.
really head to head now.
I
It's
will
me
say
versus one other
who-
listener.
Who did you pick to win?
Apple.
And O'Shea picked Netflix. So there you go.
I think I
Alright.
got Apple versus Netflix all day long. I'll take that. I'll take that matchup. I'm very
O'Shea,
excited.
O'Shea's obviously a smart cookie because O'Shea has picked Apple and Salesforce in the Final Four. That's the real brilliance there, because Salesforce is still alive, still trucking.
I have
Crazy.
Salesforce in the Final Four
Oh,
also.
excuse me. Okay, all right. That's it. That's it.
Get
March
over
Sadness.
yourself, O'Shea. Get
March
over
Sadness.
yourself.
Come on.
Here we go.
Moving on.
All right. If you're curious what to do after you slap a stakeholder in the face, here's a masterclass headline to tell you. Quote, Will Smith gets jiggy on dance floor after shocking Oscars. Now, I know what you're thinking right now is all I'm reading about is Will Smith. What does this have to do with corporations and business news and whatever, investors? Nobody cares. There's no overlap here. Well, Will Smith has clearly read the Bobby Kotick Handbook on Corporate Accountability. I know because we had a post on Bobby's reading list on our website,
Yeah.
and I have deconstructed the Will Smith Bobby Kotick template on how to slap someone and still dance like that shit doesn't matter.
Okay.
This works
like
for executives. This works for athletes. It works for
Yep.
actors.
All
Basically,
kind of the same. Yeah.
anyone in power with who wants limited accountability. This
Yeah.
is how it works. Okay, are you ready for this? Let's do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Step 1: have a board make a fake policy in advance of your heinous behavior. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Standards of Conduct for members was instituted in 2017 because of Harvey Weinstein. It has
right?
a quote. Yeah, absolutely. Harvey Weinstein goes and molests the universe, rapes people, is a terrible, terrible human being. They did not have a code of conduct that allowed them to get rid of him, so they instituted one with a line that goes like this: there is no place in the academy for people who abuse their status, power, or influence in a manner that violates recognized standards of decency. So they go through some standards of decency. They got that line in there. The policy actually covers inclusion and non-discrimination primarily, as well as a code of general conduct for members, with the risk being you lose membership if you don't comply. Sounds a lot like a corporate board who comes out and says, we have a policy of inclusion, or we have a policy of non-discrimination. We're implementing all sorts of changes to our systems. Sounds a lot like that.
Mm-hmm.
Step 2. You ready for step 2?
Yep.
Make sure that your policy is applied utterly randomly. For instance, fire Kevin Hart from hosting a show because of homophobic tweets, but have multiple years with 0 female nominees in a category or 0 people of color in a category.
Nice.
Oscar
nice.
so white, right? Be sure
truly.
to make winners some people who are under investigation or accused of domestic abuse and sexual harassment, and avoid giving any winners to someone of color, or occasionally you can just announce the wrong winner in the first place. If this sounds familiar, it's because you can take a corporate comp like Facebook who writes a policy a day and then applies it to whoever they actually want to see do stuff. Like pick a celebrity, apply randomly. Got it?
Which is arbitrary policy making.
Arbitrary policy application.
Application.
Okay?
Yeah.
After you've made the policy. Step 3. Now you're all set up. Go slap someone. Maybe your metaphorical slap is harassing all of your female employees.
Right.
Maybe it's dating your secretary. Maybe it's screaming expletives at a gig worker that you don't really employ, but you do kind of employ. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just slapping a comedian on live TV over a hair loss joke. Just recognize now is your moment. You've got the ineffectual policy. You've got a crony board. You apply that policy whenever you really feel like it. You've got ongoing scandals. No one expects anything of you. Slap someone. Get it done.
Right.
With the caveat that in general, but not as a rule, in general, try to make what you do not directly conflict with some legal statute. Like, make it more a gray zone. For instance, Will Smith.
Yeah.
You did not do this well, because if you actually physically slap a comedian, make sure it's plausible that according to California's Penal Code Section 243A, that makes misdemeanor battery punishable by a fine of up to $2,000 or imprisonment in county jail for up to 6 months or both. Make it at least a little bit of a gray zone, like that was a bit. We weren't doing it for real. Like, try to just tone it down just a little bit. So that it's not obviously enforceable.
Sure? But I still think, you sure it wasn't a bit? It's hard to know.
I'm going to go with it.
Doesn't matter.
Step 4.
Step 4.
Celebrate.
Yes.
Your first successful slap. Try winning an award and dancing all night. Something like that. Maybe embrace your colleagues in a bro hug during the commercial break and have some people come out and defend how much they love you. Maybe sell your company to Microsoft and rake in billions of dollars for yourself.
Yes.
Whatever you do, make sure you enjoy it, because there's no accountability for your behavior.
No, too big to fail. That's what you're saying.
Step 5. Issue a statement. Okay. Let the apology tour begin. Was it the stress of your job that made you do something terrible?
Yeah.
Maybe they were asking for it. You can't say that, but maybe that's what you're thinking, right? There's 2 sub-steps here. First of which is you have to issue a non-apology apology. And you can't issue it yourself necessarily. You actually want to do it there's a 2-step process. First, apologize to the Academy or to women, but just be sure not to apologize to Chris Rock or the person you actually hurt, like
Okay.
the actual woman who you
Just sort of
harassed.
like a blanket, like a
Yeah,
like,
just a
like
blanket, like I
crop
apologize in
Okay.
general for the universe, right?
Yeah.
Substep number 2 is have your board also issue
Oh.
a non-apology.
Yeah, right. It has to be a non-apology. I don't think a board's ever sincerely apologized.
No. These are all non-apologies. For instance, have them condemn something, right? Don't mention the thing that you did. Just have them condemn something in general that's kind of in the general zeitgeist of the thing you did. Here's a template.
Yeah.
Quote, the Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight,
Wait.
we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Award winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the
Wait,
world.
is that real?
See how they did that? That is a
that
real
true?
quote. That is the statement the Academy put out afterwards.
Yep.
We do not condone violence. Also, let's celebrate the winners. Stop looking at all the violence. And who's violent anyway? Like, just forget about that. Winners.
Right.
Got it? And now we're on to step 6. And in the AA tour that is Disney, this is where Disney is. Go on a listening tour. It's not nearly as much fun as Lollapalooza, even if you're the DJ CEO of a company. But this is where you should probably announce your listen and learn tour. Find some black people. Find some women somewhere. Find a gay. Just ask them, what does it feel like to be a permanent object of scorn, derision, harassment, and discrimination exactly? And while they're talking, write things down, but it doesn't have to be what they're saying. Just write things down,
No.
okay?
Scribble, yeah.
Because you're there to learn. Do you have to actually learn anything? No, obviously not. But strategically, you're setting up your next slap. So be smart about it. Write some words down, pretend until your crony board fires you with your millions intact, and you can go slap someone else. That is my 6-step guide to slapping a person.
It's exhausting. Is Will Smith? Is he going to be some kind of like anti-hero now? Is he like a hero? Who's the protagonist in this situation?
That is a good question. I think Netflix has already optioned the movie for this, and we'll find out soon when they finish.
This is good for because you got me thinking here. Because this all I was thinking about. I was thinking so deeply. I actually had to step away from my desk. I was so entranced with your
I'm
description
sure
there.
that had to do
But
with
I
me.
was thinking like this is somehow. I feel like this is good for Will Smith, and I'm also thinking like maybe I'm thinking about like what Disney's going through wrong. Like maybe it's good for Disney too. Maybe I just assume it's bad for Disney to go through this horrible press, but maybe really it's what I don't know. Maybe the attention is a good thing. It's
Look,
that whole
everyone ends a winner here
right.
if you just stick to the script.
Right. If you get through the malarkey of the script afterwards, you always sort of come out on top, right?
Yes. I wouldn't be
Right.
surprised if 2 years from now, Bobby Kotick wins a Lifetime Achievement Award for, his work in video games as he's
Right,
on a
right.
super yacht somewhere. Just stick to the script,
Wow.
do your thing, you come out the other end clean.
Thanks for that.
It's like bad behavior money laundering.
Thanks for business pantsifying the slap. Emma, do you have anything for us before we get the hell out of here?
I
Notice how in pre-production, Matt, we said that this was going to be a short show, and clearly we're
And
something
we
wrong
can't
with
do
us.
it. We can't
okay.
do it.
Go ahead, Emma. Sorry.
There's certainly something wrong with you that I can confirm.
this up
Yes.
We're gonna play a game
Yeah.
that it's based
with a little slappy twist.
twist. So it's going to be who would you rather slap based on
Ooh,
You.
I like this.
Would you
Now we're
rather
talking.
slap?
Now we're talking.
So
By
This
the
might be
way,
a permanent feature here. Thank you, Will
Free
Smith.
Float
Yeah.
Media
We do not condone.
violence. This is a metaphorical slap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
We
moving on.
condemn violence.
We condemn.
Condemn or condone. Yeah. There's a fine
Yeah,
distinction
there-
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
go
right.
ahead.
A little.
All right. Number 1.
Yeah.
Here's your pair of headlines. Says he's thinking about creating a social media platform.
Headline number 2.
Oh.
Joe Rogan said that he Elon Musk for proposed
Vladimir Putin.
Elon Musk for thinking about creating a social media platform, or Joe
train Elon Musk.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm going
So I
to
have
twist this
stick-
around.
Yeah.
I'm twisting it. No, you don't have to stick with it because I'm going to do the same thing you're going to do, which is to slap Elon Musk twice.
Wait, what?
He's the reason. First of all, he's creating if he thinks about creating a social media platform, he needs a slap. And second of all, he proposed a one-on-one fight with Vladimir Putin. That's like what is it? The 14th century? That also deserves a slap. Joe Rogan's just piling on. I'm not slapping Joe Rogan for piling on. It's a double Elon slap. That is the right answer.
All right, I'm gonna let Matt. I'm gonna let Matt take that one. But I do have a question, Emma, as we go on to the next part of the game. We're only slapping based on the headline, right? Not just the person. Like
Only based on
who
the
do we hate
headline.
more? It's not a lifetime achievement
So
slap.
biased
Sneaks
Okay.
its way in there like it's
I understand
Okay.
here, but
yes, it is hypothetically supposed to be based on the headlines.
alone.
Okay.
All right.
Jamie's letting Matt take that one. So the answer is a double E.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Number 2.
Headline number 1.
Was that the right
Exxon
answer?
is dealing-
Did you get that one?
This is
Yeah,
I don't dictate the right answer.
Answers on this one. This is
Ooh,
Oh.
I like this game.
Oh,
like it.
okay. This is pure emotional
this is
play,
better.
emotional game. I like this. All the better. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
all right. Number 2. Headline number 1.
Dealing with greenhouse gas emissions by ...
Mining crypto? Question mark.
I don't.
And
yeah,
number
I don't get
2,
that one. I don't-
BlackRock CEO
as an
index of money laundering is.
so
Are we slapping Exxon, who's
Not
dealing with
surprising.
mining crypto? I think
for condoning
for condoning
Bitcoin, crypto,
whatever after shitting on it endlessly.
I mean, Larry Fink is just being himself. Right? I mean, he's just he played the confused like old man, like doesn't really understand what anything is.
Yep.
But then he's realizing there's money to be made, so he's just being Larry. Let's Larry being Larry. But Exxon, they just seem a lot cringier in this situation. So I don't know what that game is all about. That does not smell right. So I'm gonna give my slap to Exxon on this one.
I'll defer to Damien, although I will say that I would prefer to have slapped Bitcoin in both scenarios because it shouldn't exist and it's stupid.
Oh, look at you! Interesting. I see. I hadn't considered
It makes
that,
all
that
the
slap.
slapping easier, right? Makes
Yeah,
all the slapping easier.
here's the headline.
Always.
Deutsche Bank
Five bankers
over expensed strip club bill.
headline number
Uh-huh.
Is getting rid of its bidets.
in California.
Oh, I want a
senior
bidet.
Bankers who
Well, I-
expensed
Well,
bill or
Google for removing their bidets.
this one seems easy. I don't know. Why would I slap Google for? First of all, I wouldn't want to share a bidet with anyone. Like there must be like particles and remnants. That doesn't sound very sanitary. Like if it's in my own home, and you know what? I really want a bidet. So if we have a bidet executive listening to the show, please reach out. I am willing to take one on a promotional basis. But I can't get mad at Google for this. I would not want to share. Back in the day when we were working together at the mothership, Matthew and I would not want to share Matt's bidet. I wouldn't.
No, there's
I
no
want
way.
no
Get
part
out of
in
my
that.
bidet.
Yeah, stop it. So it's definitely Deutsche for me.
I actually have to agree, and strictly because Deutsche Bank clearly changed the rules midstream. For 30 years, all they've been doing is expensing
True.
strip clubs, and
Yeah,
now they're
unfortunately,
getting
that's right,
fired for it. Like today, like if I were them, I'd be like, "What the?"
Yeah, we're just
The
fitting
hell,
into the
man?
culture. Yeah.
Like literally, like last year, I expensed the same thing, and I'm fired for it.
I mean, you're joking, but are you? That's my question.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
That's the point.
yeah.
Like it's
No,
like
I'm with you.
this has literally been the culture for as
Yes.
long as there's been Wall Street, right? So I don't know how I don't know how like Deutsche Bank. Come on, like if I were them, I'd slap. If I were
Big meaty slap.
a big meaty slap from the senior bankers, I'd be calling up Deutsche and being like, "I want to sue you for wrongful termination because literally I did this like 6 months ago and it was cool."
All right. Those were some good responses.
satisfying to me.
All right. And finally, we
Thank
are
you.
going to do a
Scammer edition.
and the twist.
I don't
So
know what that
in
means. Let's do it. Yeah.
television
that's been going on. We have Inventing Anna. We have
Got it.
the
Dropout. We have everything.
We're gonna go through a lightning round, and the trick of this round,
Agree on your answer.
and you will understand why. All right,
Why? Okay. Okay.
because
Ready? We're gonna start off with
round one.
Yeah.
Anna
Delvey
Delvey versus Elizabeth Holmes. Who are we slapping?
I don't know who Anna Delvey is, so Holmes gets my big old slap.
I'm slapping Anna Delvey because I don't know who she is.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know who she is. She deserves my disdain.
She should get slapped because I should know.
Yeah, you should both.
Both be slapped because you should both know who she is.
All right.
Why-
We're going with Elizabeth Holmes now.
And by the way, before you move on, I mean, I'm watching The Dropout on Hulu. It's a fabulous show. I feel like Elizabeth Holmes has been slapped continuously for her entire life.
Yeah,
Like,
she's a giant.
She's a self-slapper. She gets slapped by everyone around her. Like, it's like enough abuse. This is a woman that I'm not gonna add to that slap.
She
happy
slapped
world.
her customers. They
I
slapped
just
her back.
it's too much.
lot.
Enough.
We're going
Anna Delvey.
All right.
And now
Yeah.
we're gonna move on
Next.
and add
Going to keep Anna Delvey
in our pairing, and now we're gonna go versus
Adam Newman.
Who are we slapping?
Come on, this is easy. Adam Newman is way. I would put Adam Newman on our board. I still don't know who Anna Delvey is. She's getting
Yeah.
slapped again. She's
I-
getting slapped
yeah.
around.
Oh,
Till
really?
figure
I was
her
going
out.
to say there's a term for that we actually used to have in our Portland MSCI office, which is maybe why they got rid of the office. But it was someone is so punchable, like they're oh so punchable, and that's really what Adam Newman is. Like he's just so
Whoa.
punchable. But
We're talking-
to Matt's point,
about
who the hell is
slaps,
Anna
not
Delvey? I'm sick of you bringing her up. My slap is gonna very quickly get over towards you, Emma. Because why do you keep bringing this person up? What does she have to do with business pants? Who is? I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me who she is.
She's a scammer. Okay, so are we going with Anna Delvey or Adam Newman?
Oh.
We have one more after this.
We're
Delvey.
going with Anna Delvey again. She's just going to
All
get
right.
slapped again after this too.
Anna Delvey, who has lasted
Far longer than I thought she would.
Hellenic from
Uber.
Oh. See, this is hard. I mean, he's
This
the
one
most
is hard.
punchable, most slappable
Yeah.
ever, maybe.
this one's hard strictly because I feel like we've gotten enough of of Theranos. I've gotten enough. I would love Adam Newman to come work at Business Pants. It would just be pure comedy
yeah.
gold for me. There
Yeah,
is
yeah.
nothing I want from Travis Kalanick.
No, absolutely.
We have
agree.
not discussed enough
Nothing.
how slimy he is, despite the
Yeah.
fact that there's a book and a TV show and a movie about it.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, I want him nowhere near me. I'm slapping Kalanick. I just open hand slap Kalanick.
Yeah, he's a
right out of here. Get out.
he's a true a-hole, and I don't think he would disagree, frankly. So
yeah,
yeah. 'Cause-
and that's
because I
another
remember-
reason to slap him.
But that was part of Uber's methodology, actually, when they were building and going to scale, was that they were knowingly skirting regulations, defying regulations, doing assholey things as a business mantra. Like, I'm not kidding around. Like, that was kind of the method, and it worked because they're still around. They have a huge part of the market share. I mean, it absolutely worked. No accountability. Speaking of dancing at the Oscars party, I mean, that's Uber, right?
Yep.
That's it.
All right. And
Just dancing at the Oscars.
Travis
Kalanick comes out as our ultimate
lightning round scammer edition of Who Would You Rather Slap Victor.
All right.
Name and
That-
Emma, I before you wrap up, Matt, I love Emma's games.
Yes.
I'm gonna say so. I do. I
Thank
actually
you.
enjoy playing them.
Who
Yeah,
would
they're
you
good
do?
games.
Who would you rather slap
All of it.
All of it. I can do this all day long.
Yeah.
So the real winner is Emma's games. That was Emma Lurking and Dean Morales. I'm Matt Muscari. We are Free Float Media. I don't want to say anymore because we're going to get in under the 40-minute mark on a 10, 15-minute show. Get out. We'll see you later.